Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys, and welcome to another edition of Student of the Game. You know it's getting close to season time when the OBB kick it in gear for its 10th season of Student of the Game. We have an upcoming opponent in the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, so let's go back to the last time they played and took that L versus Ohio State. Yes, they have some changes. New quarterback's going to come in, new defensive coordinator. We knew who that was. That was Al Golden. But I felt that the Ohio State Buckeyes did a really good job against the Notre Dame rushing attack, keeping them to 3.4 yards per rush. And here's something on play one that I think is going to benefit. Nothing fancy, pretty simple. But if the University of Miami can hold up at the point of attack, similar to what Ohio State did here, I think that's going to help them. So nothing fancy here. Defensive line, even man front, initially shows two linebacker safeties walking down into the box to make like a 7-box presence. Into the boundary, they're playing man coverage. Off into the field, DBs playing soft. So nothing really crazy here. They're going to run a simple zone read. Quarterback Riley Leonard's going to give off the ball here, and I think this is when Ohio State wins. Watch right here at the point of attack. Hello, defensive tackles, because I really, really like right here. Essentially, they're asked to two-gap, and what you're going to see, they're going to two-gap. They're going to play either sides, and then they're poking their head around, right? They're poking their head because they're trying to go ahead, maintain their gap discipline, and use their head to see that gap and swing on either side. One defensive tackle swinging left, the other one swinging right. So at this point, and you see two golden domes on each defensive tackle, they're not moving, Holmes. And great right here by the backside defensive end. He's going to go ahead and bottle this up. So defensive tackles hold up at the point of attack. Linebackers are scraping down, plugging this hole. And next you know, nowhere to go for the deep. Nowhere to go right here. Nowhere. Wrap it up. So what is the key for the University of Miami? Gap discipline. Hold up at that defensive tackle spot. Even if you got two golden domes and they're not able to push you along the line, good things are going to happen for the University of Miami Hurricanes. Happy to be back, Canes fans. Let's go. So early on this game, I still want to highlight what Ohio State is doing to go ahead and bottle up this Notre Dame rushing attack. This time from an odd man front. It's just going to be more hats than their hats, okay? Their linebackers are going to be free and unabated to kind of work down. I'm going to give credit to Notre Dame's offense here. They're using 21 set personnel. What does that mean? 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and they use this nice little kind of return motion element where they're going to take the running back, go out, and then they're going to go ahead and motion him back in. This kind of emulates and simulates that jet sweep motion, so he's got a little bit of speed out into the perimeter. But a really good job here. Like I said, more hats than that. If you were paying attention, there was 5 along the offensive line, 4 into the box. They had 9 in the box, 10 and 11. Basically 0. There's no safety over the top. They're committing to this run here on 3rd and 1. Very aggressive stance by Ohio State here. And again, more hats, unabated, right? These are free hitter, free hitter, free hitter. They were so close to the box, but you do a good job like this. He's not getting out to the outside. He's not getting outside. You're keeping the contain element, and here's all the hats. Look, there you go. When they make this play, it's 5-on-2. So there's a lot of a lot of hats for Ohio State. More hats for bats. Now taking a little inventory of Notre Dame on the defensive side of the ball. Now Ohio State on the offensive side of the ball, respectively. Let's look at the defense front first. This is an odd man front. No surprise there. Al Golden's an Al Groh disciple. Loved odd man fronts. Obviously, he's going to be a multiple front guy here. But here you see the zero tech defensive tackle. 5 here. Empty set for Ohio State. Real easy. This is a pre-snap read. All the quarterback has to do is look, and does he have the leverage numbers? Quick throw to the perimeter. How many times did we see Cam Ward do this with efficacy, right? Literally pre-snap it, get something, hit the quick screen out to the perimeter, and it's super successful right here for Ohio State. Listen, as a quarterback in empty, I only have 5 offensive line. I don't have the element or have anybody else around the block, so I have to account for everybody. But right here, Ohio State does a good job. They bring all 5. All 5 pick up. He's got plenty of time in the world. Simple offense. Doesn't have to be hard. Earlier in this drive, Jeremiah Smith, special player, got out of Florida. I know that hurts Miami Hurricane fans. Just one on the outside on a simple stop on 3rd down. Here you go. Little simple offense out here to the perimeter. So don't think that, they're going to have this vaunted defense that they can take away everything. That's not going to happen. University of Miami still can have a lot of success with simple offense similar to this. I actually had this conversation with my son earlier in the day, like 2 hours before this video came on, and we talked about the plate of glass He plays on a middle school tackle football team. I know in South Florida, super cool having middle school tackle football. And that there's a plate of glass, and essentially as a linebacker, watch the offensive line. When they break through it, run. When they back away from it, traditionally pass. And when they're horizontal or bumping it, on 2nd and 15, they catch Notre Dame right here with this play action pass. Selling that OZ, that outside zone. Good job as a quarterback here. He's going to go ahead and take that play action and go against the grain. So now he's going to have to go ahead, contort his body, but this is what you practice. Now, this is what you need to do as a quarterback. If we're going to break this down really, really, really into the minutia, get your core, get your belly button now. That's your guide rail in order to get a super efficient pass. This is what he's doing. You see it. Can't really get the shoulder at that point. Kind of difficult, but if you can get the belly, good job. And there you go. Nice play action pass. Getting that over. That was a slot that was coming over from the other side. And now on 2nd and 15, you are on touch doors. What's touch doors? Touchdowns doorstep. Hey, first game of the year. Got to knock off some of the rust. Like Ohio State knocked the rust off of Notre Dame. I've never been shy about it. I think, between the 20s, you could just be wide open, a lot of simple offense. As long as you're effective, you can march down the field. It's about execution. Inside the 20, inside the red zone, I like exotic. Bring candy to the stage. I don't care. I know. We'll keep it PG. Anyways, right here, Ohio State comes out in their 11 set personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Now they're already going to use a little bit of a unique motion element right here, reload them back into the backfield. So now it looks like a traditional 2 running back set, right, from their 11 set personnel. Strong side right here to the boundary, run and pass strength set here. Look at this 3-by-1 over here with a running back behind the quarterback who's under center. Now, Al Golden, smart, won the Broyles Award. Doesn't really matter. You don't need to always be smarter than that guy. You just need to be smarter than one of his players. And the player that they're smarter than, right here. DB, you get cooked. You took the flow bait, bro. And you know what the flow bait does. It brings all the fishies to the yard. Okay, so this is what happens. Nice play action sell right here by the quarterback. Selling this right now. Bring in the flow bait with you. Now, here's Jeremiah Smith. They're selling like he's doing an end around. So everybody's flowing this way. Hit the brakes, come back, throw the screen. So there's the exoticism that I really, really love inside the red zone. This was perfectly well done by the Ohio State Buckeyes. And this is just a walk-in touchdown. We'll back it. Yeah, deuces. Yeah, show them. Again, look, this is man coverage. I can pretty much tell you it's man because when I'm looking at the opposite side of the field, you got a corner running in man. He's supposed to stay here with Jeremiah Smith. He doesn't. Gets totally cooked here. And there you go. Again, Broyles Award winner. That was cool. You don't have to be smarter than him. Again, quick hitter clip. Sometimes you win really early on things. Again, Ohio State, play action pass. The play action element there at the plate of glass is there. They're kind of hugging the plate of glass. Pass, right? Nobody's breaking through. Good sell by the quarterback, though, showing the ball, is bringing some flow bait with it. And I'm going to show you the back-end result of it. Obviously, you're going to have a crosser coming over, and there's the catch. Let me show you when it's won, okay? Just sometimes, again, just a little bit of a switch release. What do I mean by that? Okay, this is a 1. This is a 2. So now when you come inside, now this becomes 1, and then that becomes 2. That gets the DB flat-footed. He's one-on-one in man coverage, using that little pick at the top of the screen. When he's flat, there you go. He's already late. Now the separation happens because you drive down. And again, it's the little things. I love that stuff. Listen, once you get the inside, you get them flat-footed. As soon as you make that other sharp angle, you immediately create a lot of separation. This is really wide open, okay? This is really wide open. Well, it looks like he's in his back pocket. No. In the confines of the NFL and even college, high-level college football, that's wide open. It got wide open early because of the switch release. Good job again by Ohio State cooking Notre Dame in man coverage. Last year, if you watched this channel at all, you heard ad nauseum how bad the University of Miami defense was in terms of when teams shifted and motioned on offense. Like we were confused. Notre Dame, at least in this title game, has a similar phenomenon going on in terms of like switch releases with wide receivers. This time it's with the 2 and 3. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. 3 is going to be the new 2, and 2 is going to be the new 3. And right here, too easy again. This is wide open. Gets caught flat-footed again. Good throw, back foot ball on y'all. And bam, throws the quick out, just killing them in man coverage. But creating the separation with some switch releases, I like it. When you live by the 3, you can play with a lot of backs and eyes. What does that mean? I'll explain that later, what playing with backs and eyes means. But live by the 3, well, Al Golden right here inside the red zone is only going to rush 3. Initially shows a lot of pressure up front, so it's like a simulated pressure front, but they're going to back everybody off, okay? Ohio State, though, you live by the 3 like an NBA team. Sometimes you die by the 3. They're not going to get home with just 3 rushers. So remember what I said? When you live by the 3, that means you got 8 in coverage. So you can have like hybrid coverages, combo coverages. You have the eyes looking at you, so guys playing in zone coverage, and you have the backs towards you, so you got a couple guys playing in man coverage. So that's what's taking away every single read here. Hats off, kudos to Notre Dame here. As far as their back end coverage, really good. Nowhere to put the ball. Nowhere at all. But again, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. Quarterback, good awareness here. He's going to go ahead and escape. Now you go ahead and you get them out of phase, and it's wide open in the middle of the field. Yeah, we're circling this here because 4 go to 1. 1 gets wide open in the middle of the field. So sometimes you got to tip your cap. They're going to beat you early. Al Golden wins with a good simulated pressure, drop things back into like a combo hybrid coverage. But you just extend it, bail your offensive coordinator out, and we do not ever say bang for the other team. You have heard the University of Miami Hurricanes all offseason defensively talking about communication, improving communication from a year ago. I want to show you what it looks like in real time in this game. Right here, Ohio State's defense, they're in a 2-safety shell, okay? I'm going to fast forward to the back end of the play, and I'm going to tell you this is going to be man 1. All the DBs are playing man across the board with a single high safety over the top. Okay, Ohio State's going to get home with a blitz, and we'll cover that. So this is what this looks like. Right now, as you see Notre Dame from this 3-by-1 looking to motion across the formation into a potential 2-by-2 look, when this happens, if it did continuously go through, you would have seen this drop down to be the man. This would have been the safety over the top. So that's your man 1. But when it reloads back into the 3-by-1, right, and this all this does for the quarterback here, for Notre Dame's quarterback, it's check motion. Let me see who's coming across the formation. Is this man? Is this zone? Right now, the way it just kind of lined up, a good quarterback knows this is still man coverage, right? Good high index of suspicion this is man coverage. Now it reloads back into man 1. Everybody across the board has a man 1, 2, 3 with a single high safety. Now Ohio State gets home with a blitz. Let's take care of the front 6, shall we? And you got to, because look right here, they're going to slam the linebacker inside like the A gap. This is going to go ahead and get their left guard turned around, and then the linebackers just get a stunt over through the middle. This gets home way too easy. Running backs late, and let's meet at the QB. So there you saw the communication. That's what the Miami Hurricanes have to improve when they play Notre Dame. And that was a pretty simple blitz that got home, not going to lie. This is a 2-point conversion. Bro, I don't know who you are, but it's like a championship game. Like, do something. The one thing that I could probably tell you, this doesn't happen to our right tackle. Watch it. Whoop. Not going to be that easy against, I'm just telling you. It's just so fun to watch this sometimes and just give it your best shot and guess at what's going on, because that's what it is without knowing the play call. Obviously, Ohio State comes in, odd man front. Here you see a zero-tech defensive tackle right over the center. And my best guess, it's cover 3 match on the back end. I'll try to prove my math, with a mug blitz. All right, so here you go. Here's the mug. He's going to pause 1 second. Running back doesn't come. He goes on the blitz. All right, so that's why I say that's kind of like a mug blitz look. Now I want to go ahead and back this up and show you the cover 3 match. You have the safety over the top. And for a split second, because this isn't all 22, right? He comes back over the top. Corner turned inside too, so he's got like the zone eyes. He's not looking at his man. Now this is a linebacker on the 3-by-1. Now this is a linebacker who literally matches, right? He's matching what the wide receiver is doing. So you got cover 3 on the back end, and then you got a linebacker in match coverage. Great ball there by the Notre Dame quarterback there. But There was a lot going on there by the Ohio State defense. Better throw by the Notre Dame quarterback. So you're coming to the end of this game. This is going to be a great pass right here by the Notre Dame quarterback. Kind of set up Ohio State's defense is in a man kind of look. They're having a safety over the top, but he's really tucked into the boundary, so he's never going to really factor here on this slot fade. My overall sense that you have some motion, they have some creativity, but by no means and stretch of the imagination was this the most creative offense that University of Miami would have faced last year. Got to give Louisville a lot of credit, a lot of moving parts there. Georgia Tech has a lot of moving parts. Notre Dame has moving parts, not that many moving parts. They rely on a great offensive line. They try to get their running game going. But there was other offenses that I feel like have a lot more, technical and tactical advantages. But let's get to this play, shall we? So here you go. Riley Leonard goes ahead, just takes the drop back. They're in a man coverage. They hit him with the slot fade. Nothing. It was 3rd and 9. The play call is the play call. Great coverage here. PI, if we're going to be honest, but he's in his back, but better ball, better catch. It's a touchdown. Game's close at this point now, 31, and they're going for 2. But there you go. And this is going to be the last clip of the evening, and you mean to tell me with 2:45 left in the game, 3rd and 11, 31-23, and you need to have a stop. Your Broyles Award winner in the name of Alphonse Golden decides to go cover 0 and leave Jeremiah Smith one-on-one with no safety help. Hey, and to add insult to injury, watch DB2. He gets put in a blender. He's going to fall over. Your single high safety just literally crashed hill like he's in some downhill skiing event. No safety over the top, one-on-one. Jeremiah Smith. This is like just remnants of just Andre Johnson. Same number, right? Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. That would seal the fate for your Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Obviously, they're going to have a little bit of a change of roster when they come into a frenzied environment at Hard Rock Stadium in a couple weeks. I'm your boy Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys. Remember to check back on this channel, follow along. This is the new home of Student of the Game starting last year. And follow along with the boys, the Orange Bowl Boys. We'll make you laugh or cry. Bang.